Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals too.
One of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Let's have it
And
right.
respect. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it
And
right.
respect.
I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it? The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals. In them, we know that they have the minerals with not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals too.
Let's have it right.
Minerals.
Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well and winning life. First and foremost, you know what to do. Smash to piece that like button if you haven't smashed it already. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. We've got the notification bell so you know when we go live, and we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. And literally big up to everyone live and locked in. We're going to unpack quite a bit tonight. I didn't do anything yesterday. I just needed a bit of rest, bruv. I wanted to digest everything that has been flying about all over the gaff. And we're going to get straight into it tonight. But before we do that, on Wednesday 6:30 p.m, I've got a banging stream, a powerful stream, some heavies, real deal. And that's going to be landed on Wednesday at 6:30. I'm not going to release what it is just yet, but I'll put it very, very lightly. These ones don't just hop on like a toothpick Jacobs, and definitely not on a Chelsea platform. Let's have it right. So I hope you all appreciate the work that's been done to make that happen on Wednesday. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Yeah. And it needs to teach a lesson and set an example of what needs to be done at Chelsea in particular. So you'll have to wait and see for that one. So just do smash a like, you know what I mean? YouTube are playing silly games with the channel, as always. They like to mince about and muck around with the Minerals FC. But I've got a little bomber to land tonight as well. I'm not going to say where it's come from, but the individual will know where it's come from. But I got a bomber to land tonight, so make sure you're tuned in, bruv. Yeah, and let's land it, shall we? Shall we land it? Where do we go first? I think we're going to start off with the protest. Yeah, the not a project CFC. We should call it not a protest CFC. That's what we should call it, because that was disgrace. That was an embarrassment. It was a laughing stock. And Siri Merchant Iqbali, Tout Bowley, Clear Lake, BlueCo, they're laughing at it. Yeah. I'm not one to laugh. Yeah. But what I do respect is certain individuals that turned up, because a lot of people were making out they're going to turn up. I always said I'm not going to turn up for a simple reason, that it's not the right message, and it wasn't the right message. But there were individuals that turned up with the right message. Yeah. So big up to Petey. Yeah. Landed it. Big up to a couple of ultras, yeah, that landed it. And there was another fella, and there's also a geezer called Doobs who landed it with the right mentality and the right message. Everyone else, you know, the ones that set up the protest, if you want to call it that, wasn't really a protest, was it? It was more like a fucking gathering, wasn't it? You know, a piss poor one for that matter. The message is wrong, mate. You know, it's not clear. You can have a manifesto and mandate all you want. You can write like a Shakespearean, but at the end of the day, and speak for one, speak like one for that matter. Don't make a difference, does it now? And clearly we saw that. And that's not the start of something, right? I have a little birdie tells me, right? A little blue bird tells me, or a big bird, should I say, yeah, that they might have a little agenda on me, these lot, that set it up, yeah. Like most people in the game, stay clear of Johnny and all that. Well, I come to like a little realisation, and it does make sense. And I know how this ownership works. Yeah, I know exactly how they work. And they've 110% got the Chelsea Supporters Trust, the ones that are leading that, in their pocket. Yes, they have. So we're not going to get anything out of the Chelsea Supporters Trust in terms of, you know, actually beachheading and streamlining a proper protest. No, we're not going to get that. They've had ample opportunity, and they still got their tails in between their legs. Yeah. And it's, yes, sir, please, sir, 3 bags full, egg barley and bowley, and let's create a nice relationship. We don't want to burn bridges. We want to build bridges. Yeah, just like the ownership want to build bridges with Spursy, just like they want to burn and have burned everything that our Don Roman built, the Roman Empire at Chelsea Football Club, and justify and try to justify and manipulate an entire fan base on using the online tools. Yeah, because apparently Matix Rosner's got all the tools he needs to win. Yeah, to manipulate an entire fan base that we needed a rebuild. Yeah. These ones, I feel like they're cut from the same cloth as the Chelsea Supporters Trust. I feel like, now I'm just going to put it out, like it's how I feel, you know, and people go, you know, it's about opinions and all that. But if I'm an individual, yeah, that has exposed this ownership from day one, right? I've told everyone what the deal is. I've been relentlessly win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. Everyone knows I know everything about this ownership, yeah? Then why would you not want me anywhere part of this so-called protest? That doesn't make sense. How come they've never approached me to come on my platform and speak about the protest? But we go on every other brand envelope platform. Everyone that's got an agenda on me will go on there, but we won't go on Johnny's. Now, whether I have them on is another debatable discussion, but I smell something a bit iffy. And the reason I say that is, what if, let's just put it out, what if this whole setup was actually with the assistance behind the scenes or through certain individuals that are linked to the Chelsea Supporters Trust? And what if it was an attempt to sabotage the campaign? I don't know. Maybe. Don't shoot the minerals, man. Let's have it right. Maybe. I'm just putting it out there for people that are very switched on, because it doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. The whole thing didn't seem right. The timing didn't seem right. The fact that the ones that are chanting in the ground didn't turn up doesn't seem right. So for me, it sounds like an inside job in a really fucked up kind of way, because it has damaged what the message is meant to be. And these lot mocked the previous protest. Even Chelsea supporters that are mocking this one can't even mock at the same level the one before it, because the one before it had substance, had the right message, had the right entity, bruv, of the right purpose for the best interests of Chelsea Football Club. So my take on it is, yeah, don't do another one. Don't even go down that road, because the respect is gone, the credibility is gone, the message is completely wrong. And frankly, no one's going to back you on that. And like I didn't turn up to it, I ain't going to turn up to the next one to have it right. So listen, big up to everyone that did turn up, though, because their hearts are in the right place. But ultimately, it does make sense what I'm saying, you know? Let's have it right. And then we look at yesterday. What do you want to call it? A demonstration? You want to call it? No, we'll call it a protest, yeah? The Ultra Boy 90's set up a protest yesterday, Strasbourg, and they did a march. And I don't know what the numbers were, but I tell you what, it was a lot more than what turned up on Saturday. And the message was one simple message: BlueCo out against the multi-club. And the Strasbourg Ultras are fully aware that they're in no competition with Chelsea Football Club in terms of stature, in terms of the club heritage and where we are and where they are. But one thing they stand on business with is we will rather be relegated, we'd rather be liquidated to hold our values over the way we're being run, spending millions and millions of pound notes of just being a farming club for Chelsea. And not necessarily just Chelsea, but for other clubs as well around Europe. That was a proper protest. And I see a lot of Chelsea acknowledging that was a proper protest. I know what a proper protest looks like, yeah? And that for not more than, what, they've done it more than what? Once? Twice? This was the third one. I've seen exactly what they're capable of. So we have to ask ourselves, why do we not have that at Chelsea? Why do we not have an organisation at Chelsea that can lead the line and represent the supporters, and what most supporters, unless you're Gen Z and come out your dad's nutsack recently, to unite and come together and have them lead them out so that they've got a voice, because they all think this way. Everyone's thinking this way. Everyone knows the model's wrong. Everyone knows it's the ownership's in it for a pound note. Everyone knows this is absolutely disgraceful at Chelsea, and this is not Chelsea. But there's no one there to lead the line. Chelsea Supporters Trust are spineless sellouts. That's what they are. And it's very similar to Manchester United. The Manchester United Supporters Trust, spineless sellouts, only care about their, how can I get up the ladder? How can I have a privileged position to be in contact with the owners of the football club and be part of the football club and any ongoings and any benefits, all right? Make out we're supporting the supporters. You know, we're there for the supporters. But ultimately, they're not. They're in it for their own gain as governing body to push the club narrative, to ensure that they don't go against the ownership. And then you've got the fan advisory board at Chelsea. Well, Man United have something similar as well. So Man United have set up the 1958. And now they are frowned upon by the Chelsea Supporters Trust, their group. Because the 1958 are standing up for what's right. The Strasbourg Ultra Boy 90's are linked and affiliated with the Strasbourg Federation. And Alex, who's the spokesperson for the Ultra Boy 90's, who's been on my platform, and the last time we saw him recently, a week and a half ago, was on TalkSport, let's have it right. He's their face, they're aligned. But at Chelsea, there's no alignment. And the reason we got this no alignment is why I come at all of you sellouts, why I call you out, all you platforms, all of you blue ticks, all you journalists, are all in the pocket of the ownership. And we also have the Chelsea Supporters Trust. Now, we're still waiting, tick-tock on our rollie, yeah, to see whether or not the Chelsea Supporters Trust are going to wake up, smell of that soup game and do what's right. They were quite happy to take £5 off every Chelsea supporter or member to fill in their survey. You know, what are we, in kindergarten? I mean, it aligns with the ownership, doesn't it? It does, you know, that mentality. So we're charging Chelsea supporters to fill in a survey that stated 85% or more than that do not trust in this ownership or the model. And yet you're still what? Divering? No, we got served up this not a protest CFC. That's what we got served up. We got served up people leading it. They haven't got a Scooby about what is going on at Chelsea. We've got an organisation that didn't want to bring up ticketing and vivid seats as part of the protest, which is a major component in the message of why BlueCo should be out at this football club. And people are crying about, well, do you want a new stadium? What for? We can't even sell tickets. There's so many seats available. Why? Why are there so many seats available? Because they're overcharging for these seats on Vivid Seats and Ticketmaster, who Clearlake Capital own the software, the patent for the software, the Ticketmaster. There's a massive loophole with these loophole merchants. So you're not going to identify the ticketing issue, which is the main cause of why the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge is dilute. It's divided. It's stripped. Most of these supporters, you won't see them again all season. And then Chelsea season ticket holders can't even transfer their tickets over, all right? But it's quite easy for Ticketmaster to transfer their tickets to Vivid Seats, and then they get sold for astronomical profit for people from international who are dying to come to Stamford Bridge because they maybe never been, and respect to them that they want to come, but they're having to pay over the odds to get there. And they don't know what, you know, they're not regulars at Chelsea, the legacy supporters that are the heart and soul of the club. Well, how can you not address that in a protest? How can you not even mention it? We've had the Chelsea Supporters Trust go and talk sport about it. The only reason the Chelsea Supporters Trust found out about it is because of my platform. Yet they've all got an agenda on me. These new protesters got an agenda on me. Make it make sense. Put two and two together. I told you lot, you've got to see beyond me. Stop having an agenda on me. And if you don't like me, I'm not liked by everyone. But the ultimate fact of what I say isn't wrong. So what? You don't like what I say? I don't get it. I don't get it, bruv. Yeah? Gone are the days of touting where fellas stand outside the ground and sell tickets. They're deluded, bruv. No one does that. Who does that? Also, we have to remind as well, season ticket holders, they got stripped of their 10% Chelsea Megastore discount. Right? Yet this club are handing it out to content creators. The club directly. And if they're not doing it directly, they're doing it via Fanalysis. Fanalysis is that organisation where you've got all these fans. And they're putting them on Sky Sports and giving them slots because they're part of that agency they probably pay for. And they don't get paid to go on there. And you've got so-called die-hard supporters of their club who don't get paid to go on there. And if they do get paid, they get 150 quid, right? They'd rather sit in their ground and support their team. That's where we are. They can push some sort of program or push a narrative. And then that's all linked in with Teletubby Robbie, the Big Six, Mark Goldbridge, all the keys and all the doors opening for all these people, and the football terrace and all their people they get on their little minions, and they give them these avenues. Like, that's where we are, bruv. And the divide in the ground is down to the ticketing, all right? The fact that these lot are here for a day out more than being consistent with it, because they can't be. They don't live in England. They don't live in London. So they'll pay the big money for it, right? So obviously at home, You're not going to get that ruthlessness of the Chelsea. It's going to be overpowered by fucking, they're waving flags and all this music they play when we score a goal. It's Americanized. It's Americanized at this football club. It's Americanized everywhere now. This ownership are here to trend set, right? They're here to take over the game of football, the Premier League, and lead by example, all right? This is not just about the model at Chelsea. It's about ticketing. It's about how the supporters are treated. These go hand in hand. You can't dismiss all these things. You can't just focus on one thing because it's multifaceted. It's multi-layered, bruv. And this ownership don't give a shit. They're doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. They're not going to change. They can't change. And they will not change. The exploitation of loyalty isn't just through ticketing, it's through the love that Chelsea supporters and football supporters have for their clubs. The exploitation of loyalty is on another level when it comes to these owners. They are literally exploiting every single supporter. This is about making dough, yeah? And we're not talking about baking bread, yeah? All right? We're talking about pound notes, dollars, francs, whatever you want to call it, euros. It's what it's all about. It's not about winning. It's not about ambition. It's not about the love of the game. It's not about building upon what Roman built and left us with, being debt-free. Not all of, you can't dismiss all these things. It's impossible to dismiss it. I told you lot, right? I told you it's going to be a matter of time and everyone's going to see it. And there's still people that don't see it. They've still got their rose-tinted glasses on, their Bonnie BlueCo tinted glasses on, where they think things can actually change, bruv. Yeah? It's not going to change, bruv. Yeah? It's not going to change. So, when I look at what Strasbourg are doing, Chelsea need to follow suit. Strasbourg ultras need Chelsea. They're actually shocked that Chelsea are not acting in a similar manner. They can't believe it. How embarrassing is that? And we've got this thing, right, where there is a segment in the fan base. You've got about 3 different segments. You've got segments that want to fight against it. You've got segments that want to, divide that narrative. Then you've got segments that want to take the piss out of the ones that do want to make a change or go against the ownership. And then they take a piss about how it's been done. But yet they think the same way, but they don't want to do anything about it, but they want to take the piss. And it's like, well, no one wants to grab the bull by the horns and actually lead the line and do what needs to be done. I look at Spurs. They got a firm, bruv. They got one of probably the strongest firms. They win fuck all. Even they're protesting with the same message. Okay? Yeah. Man United still got their firm. West Ham, they got their firm. Where's Chelsea's firm? We had the most ruthless, intimidating, renowned firm go down in history, bruv, where they had to get government involved. They had to get MI5s and all sorts involved to stop them, right? Where's that at Chelsea? Where are the young ones? Where's your voices? The old generation, yeah, they see what's going on. It's a shambles. If they were about, this would never be happening. These lot would be quaking in their boots. They'll be pissing in their boxers. They'll be checking their food and that. So our fan base right now is in the perfect condition for Igbali, Feliciano, Bowley, Wiz and Waters, the whole consortium of BlueCo, to manipulate. And there's only me that is up against them. And anyone who wants to go up against them has got an agenda on me. Make it make sense. And then there's Tobes on X who's calling it out. There's no one else. There ain't no one else doing it. Disgraceful. And then everyone wants to cry about transfers, or they want to cry about results. I mean, why are you even surprised? I don't think people understand what we're up against, right? These are like the elites of the elites. You know, Bowley's hanging around with Donald Trump at his pressers. He owns Elstridge, who owns the Golden Globes, and Golden Globes is all to do with Hollywood. So he's in Hollywood. Iqbal and Feliciano are private equity. They got billions of investments and businesses behind them. You got Wiz, who's doing all sort of medical nonsense, who was clipped in a picture with Jeffrey Epstein, bruv, wearing a white towel on his burner. Are you catching my drift, bruv? Do you understand what we're up against? These lot own the media. They're owning our fan base. They've killed our football club. And everyone's literally acting like Matitz Rosner, taking their gloves off and getting clapped. And in the meantime, everyone's supporting this. I stand correct. I ain't wrong. I ain't wrong. And I'll be honest with you, right? A lot of people will say we're done, we're finished, yeah? Well, I'm going to give a little bit of ray of hope, a ray of light. I still believe, deep down, I know there's something there. I know the lion is there to be woken up. I know there's Chelsea out there that have got it in them to do it, to actually fight ruthlessly. And it's not just going to be one fight, it's going to be a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it, bruv. It's there. It's there. Forget the Chelsea Supporters Trust. Forget all these people, bruv. They ain't got the minerals for it. They don't love our club enough, yeah, for them to allow this to be where it is. Yeah, this is 4 years in. This is 2 billion down the drain. Yeah, this is a squad assemblement. It's the worst squad assemblement I've ever seen in my life in football. All right, this is a yes man dictatorship. This is a destruction of our elite football club as a cash cow. And Roman was robbed illegally. I believe we have this chance. I believe that there is an opportunity here to let these BlueCo wrong'uns know what time it is, because it ain't come yet. It's not there yet, yeah? But when it's there and it's coming, they're not going to be able to wave this one. I was listening to Match of the Day, bruv, and that Jonathan Pearce at half-time's gone, you know, there was a little minor protest. Minor? They're calling it a minor protest. They didn't say that on the last one. There was at least 500 that pulled up there, yeah? Maybe a few more. And they made out it was only 200. Because they lied. And it got all the media coverage. You want to do a protest, right? You do a march. And whoever wants to tail along, tails along. Then you block every entrance to the ground, the coach, the lot, and you make your stand with one message. That's it. Very simple. It's not rocket science. Don't have to be Einstein. And you do it properly. You don't even need to speak to the media. The media will be there. That's it. That's all you got to do. So That needs to be done. And until that's done, nothing's changing. And when that is done, and it is mega as it should be, and I believe it will be, then what does that do? Kills their image in one hit. And there's the pockets of BlueCo that you want to hurt are the investments, all those suits and boots behind them. And they'll want to pull their investment out because the stocks and the value of the stocks have gone down. That's how you make change. Where there's no more money. And that leads me on to right now about Cole Palmer. Because everyone saw, and I don't need to bring it up or put it up, they'll probably copyright it anyway, but everyone saw the footage of Cole Palmer. After he scored his penalty, his celebration, he didn't do the Cole Palmer, all right? Just done that. At the end of the game, no, during the game, he fell down on the ground a couple times. He wasn't in the game. He didn't really call for the ball like he usually does. He's playing through pain. He's taking injections, as I told you lot, and they want to hide that. They want to blame it on Maresca. Maresca probably didn't want to play him. The head of medical, who sits on the bench dictating subs, was quite happy for Cole Palmer to play with how many straps on his left side and right side. And when Cole Palmer at the end of the game, he went to the ground and he lifted up his shawl and he was talking to his teammates. He was making it very clear to everyone, look at what they've done. Look how I'm playing. I'm done. I'm playing in pain. I'm not fit. So why is he starting medical team? Why are you risking Cole Palmer? Now he's probably got no chance of the World Cup. And you recommended he didn't take surgery. Then Cole Palmer, at the end of the game, you have Reece James going up to him to celebrate. Reece James didn't want to know, wasn't interested. Reece James looked a bit shocked, I think. And then when he walks down the tunnel, before he walks down, Matits Rosner goes to hug him, says something, and Cole Palmer's face says it all. I can give a toss, mate. He just went, what? Walked past him, goes down towards the tunnel, and you've got Gusto and Lavia to celebrate, and he ignores them and just goes down the tunnel. Cole Palmer, the reason Cole Palmer is the way he is because he's done. He's had enough. They've promised him twice. Twice they've promised him. They're going to buy proper players. We're going to try and win the Premier League. We're going to win the Champions League after Pochettino and after the Club World Cup. And he has witnessed the transfer windows. And he's had enough. And Cole Palmer, frankly, he wants out of Chelsea. And he has no loyalty to Chelsea. At all. But he wants to win. So do not be surprised when Cole Palmer leaves in the summer. And is that going to be a turning point for everyone where they go, we need to protest? Or do you want to leave it after that? Because if you're selling Cole Palmer, then what are you building? How are you selling your best player? How are you allowing your best player to be in that pissed off mood, to be that upset, to show his frustration publicly? Because he's got no allegiance to this ownership. He's got no, because they lied to him, so there's no trust there. He's got no allegiance to this Matits Rosner. Like, come on, bruv, you're Cole Palmer, you're Reece James, you're Enzo Fernandez, World Cup winner, whether you rate him or not. You're Casado, you're Cucurella, Euros winner. And this Matits Rosner comes in the dressing room and says, guys, we're going to build Lego set together. We're going to do team bonding. What? He's sort of laughing at this guy. They're going, what's all this about? This ain't elite. I told you 2 years ago, it's going to come to a point where the players that you rate don't buy into the project. And we are at that standpoint now. Because Cole Palmer don't believe in it. Enzo Fernandez is getting linked like a brass to every other club. He's changed his agent 3 times. He wants out. So he's gone. That's your Club World Cup winner, Cole Palmer, for us. One of the best players in the world. All right. Enzo Fernandez, debatable about the traffic cone. But he's a World Cup winner. So he's got some sort of value. You told us we're building with these lot. Casado's changed his agent. Cucurella's been sniffed by Atletico and other clubs. And he's not getting any younger. So if you're selling these players, well, what are we doing here? Then you go on to Reece James, who's got, what, 2 years or a year on his contract? I mean, he's got 2 years on his contract. Well, you know what this ownership are like. Bowley's come out and told you, we don't allow them to leave for nothing, and we won't allow them to go on 1 year with 1 year on a contract. And look how they treated Mason Mount. Well, do you think Reece James is looking at this project? Do you think he's looking at Jacquet, right? 75 million euros or more for a 20-year-old who's had 40 appearances, hasn't won nothing, and you couldn't pay 20 million for Mark Gay. You can't spend 70 million on Bastoni, who's getting linked to Liverpool. But you want to buy this guy, Jacquet. And Reece James is going to look at that and go, bruv, I've won the Champions League, I've won the Club World Cup, I've won the Super Cup, I've played under Roman standards, I've just won a Club World Cup, the Conference League, I'm the captain, I've been played out of position, and you're going to bring me some guy called Jacquet. What? You brought me Matitz Rosner after I've had Thomas Tuchel. You brought me a less qualified yes man. Bruv, what are we doing here? Every player's playing for themselves. Every player's playing for their next move. Reece will go. Love Chelsea, don't love Chelsea. Of course he loves Chelsea. He's going to go, bruv. And the ownership will cash in that pure profit. So if you lose Cole Palmer and you lose Reece James and you lose the Enzo Fernandez, what are you building? What are you supporting? Oh, but we go in the ground to support the team. What are you supporting? What are we doing here, bruv? Sponsoring clownery for Gazy project. Lies. Sabotage. Abusing the brand and football club Chelsea. We built a Roman Empire under Roman. These lot are building BlueCo with Lego, bruv. Yeah? And what's next? Yeah? What is next? Everyone's getting a Lego set handed out for training, you know? Build a BlueCo out of Lego. How about that? Do that, as I said way before. So we have to ask the question, Paulstein come out today, and this is what Paulstein said. And this will break down and make sense to everyone, yeah, about where we are in terms of what? Transfers, yeah? This is about transfers, yeah? So Ornstein, the Paulstein, yeah? Where is he? Here he is. He says, they have some resource from the summer. Oh, so we've got some funds from the summer, have we? They may well deploy that into a centre-back. They've been linked with Jeremy Jacquet. They've got other options. They could even recall Anselmino and Mamadou Sarr from their loan deals. They look like they could bring forward some business that was planned for the summer. No guarantees, but let's see what happens at Stamford Bridge. There's no guarantees because there's no money to spend. They have to sell to buy. Okay, like I told you lot. Also, they're talking about recalling Anselmino and Mamadou Sarr. I've seen melts on the timeline going, I'd rather bring in Anselmino and Sarr, than spend 70 million on Jacquet. But then everyone's talking so highly about Jacquet because he's got, if you look, he's got 80 points for potential ability. This is the data these clowns look at. Clown Lake and Siri Merchant with his AI scouting and Joe Shields with his kinetic energy, bruv. Yeah? So where are we getting the money for jackets? We're getting it from Siri Merchant's jacket pocket of investors? Where's it coming from? Is it coming from Vivid Seats? Where's it coming from? Because there ain't no money to spend. It's going to have to come with players they sell and offload. How about they start with Disasi, Badashile, Tozin? We're hearing Tozin's up for sale, potentially. Trev as well, more than likely. Everything's for sale at Chelsea. Are the supporters up for sale? Are you going to sell yourselves out to what is happening to our football club? Or are you going to act upon it? You're going to make a stand. You know, that's where we are now. It's one message. BlueCo out. So let's play. Let's play this, Ultras, yeah? And everyone smash that like button. All right, I want to play this. If I can get it up. Also, before I do that, no, let's do that after. Let's bring this up first. Let's play this. All right. Maybe people can listen. They didn't listen the first time. Maybe they can listen to this one, which I think is very important. Yeah. All right. So let's get this up. And I'll be landing the minerals bomber after this. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. And let's do this. Right. There's our legend JT, yeah? So let's play this.
Wow, what a performance from Man U. The game's still not done. Just gone 2-0. This is the Man United of old. Attacking, free-flowing football, pace up front. Also, Man United is such a better team with Harry Maguire back in the squad today. Back playing. I'm not sure there's a more difficult game to come into. Manchester derby, playing against the best striker in the world in Haaland. He's just so good in both boxes and so good on the ball as well. See him about 10 minutes ago, drive out of the ball, so comfortable with it. On this form, Harry Maguire has to be on the plane for the World Cup. You heard it here first. But massive performance from Man United today under Michael Carrick, who's gone for the full Cantona with his collar up on his jacket. But so good to see Carrick get his opportunity as well. Steve Holland working alongside him. But Man United certainly look back to how they used to be. Pace, the main man, Sir Alex Ferguson there. Good performance from Man United today.
So let's ask the question here, right? When have we heard John Terry say, this is the Chelsea of old? When have we once heard any of our legends say, this is the Chelsea of old? Never. But you're hearing that with Man United's performance against Man City, beating them 2-0. They brought in Carrick, who knows the DNA of Manchester United, as interim, granted. But look at the way and the intensity of the way they played. Look at how it was. Old United. Spretters, who's there, season ticket holder. Couldn't believe it, bruv. Buzzing. Felt it. Felt the difference in the way Man United were playing. Attacking, defensive, game management, desire, heart, intensity. Identity of United of old. And it's taken our legend to acknowledge that. And who did Carrick bring in? Holland, Steve Holland. We all know about Steve Holland. Masterstroke bringing him in. GOAT in the game. And he's happy to be a number 2. Look at the difference. I'm telling you now, Holland has a lot of influence on that performance. How many training sessions does Michael Carrick and Holland have for Man United to put a performance against the title challengers Man City and Pep Guardiola? How many training sessions they come out and say, oh, we've only had 6 days. Oh, we need time. We need time to implement our philosophy and our style of play. What time did Thomas Tuchel need? Thomas Tuchel landing his chopper in Cobham the night before the Wolves game, and we saw instant identity, and the rest is history. 4 months later, winning Champions League. John Terry is telling you there, that's how football should be played. All of this inverted nonsense, playing out the back waffle. You can do it in moments. But sometimes you just got to play the game as it should be played, the beautiful game. And United have got identity here. And they're going to go into... What if they beat Arsenal? What if they beat Arsenal? Then what? What if they put another similar performance? Why have we not got Steve Holland? Why have we not got John Terry as the assistant? Yet they hired that geezer from Croydon who lost against Fulham and drew against City. He got promoted to the backroom staff. Why have we not got our John Terry? Instead of being in the under-15s, why is he not the assistant manager? He's got more coaching experience, more experience in the game, more levels at the most elite level. Yeah? A legend, understands the DNA of this football club. Why is he not there? Let's have it right. It's a big problem, isn't it? What did JT come out and say after Dirty Leeds result? Chelsea don't have experience. We need experience. We're inexperienced. We're not in a title race. We need to stop this rotation policy and stick to a small squad. We haven't done any of those things. BlueCo not going to do any things. They're thinking about signing another 20-year-old. Where's the experience coming in at Chelsea? John Terry's speaking the truth, and people don't want to listen. The Gen Zs are probably coming at him. It's a joke. It's an embarrassment. He's Mr. Chelsea. I want to read you out this tweet today, all right, by a season ticket holder. Chelsea's Terry and Lampard, Roman and Batesy, Munich and Marino, Osgood and Vialli, and the pursuit of glory. Chelsea isn't private equity trading players like commodities, hitty goal music, vivid seats, 5 sporting directors, yes-man managers, and prioritising cash over trophies. This is not Chelsea. Facts. So let's land the minerals bomber, shall we? Let's land the minerals bomber. So, at Chelsea, behind the scenes, a board meeting going on. I wouldn't really call it a board meeting. It wasn't a meeting. It was more like a gathering. And Siri Merchant with his Birkin bag, Iqbali, was in there with some other heads and got a call from Meatloaf Talboli, his PA, and was told, Bowley's on the phone to you. And what did Siri Merchant say? I'm busy. Tell him I'm busy. Can't speak right now. What was Siri Merchant doing in that meeting room? He was watching TV. Literally watching TV. And he wasn't playing Lego. Bowley hasn't been at Chelsea for a very, very long time. Don't ask me how I know, but I know from very good, reliable people. So is that who's running our football club? Ownership, Egbali and Feliciano, who own 62% of the club, are telling Meatloaf Tout Bowley, yeah, we ain't got time to talk to you. He's been pushed out and he can't do nothing about it. This is Goodfellas setting. Jimmy Conway getting the call. He's gone. What do you mean he's gone? He's gone. And there's nothing we could do about it. And he's smashing up that telephone booth, bruv. That's Meatloaf Tout Bowley. And he's just as bad as all of them. Believe me, don't believe me. But Siri Merchant, you're one snidey, dirty, filthy, wrong'un. Proper wrong'un. The shit I heard today, bruv, disgusting. And they move dirty, yeah? We know that anyway. We know that. We know what they're about. But you ain't going to hear that from anyone else. You're only going to hear it here. And you've just heard it. So they're not getting along. Tensions are high. Oh, and this was before they pulled the plug on Enzo Maresca. Let's have it right. Kyle asked me, am I getting strikes, Johnny? No, they don't tell me because I haven't done anything wrong, bruv. What if you get a strike, they have to prove why you get a strike. They're not giving me strikes, they're giving me illegal strikes. My channel's been done again. So it is what it is, man. I'm still here landing it, bruv. Yeah, I'm still here landing it. And I'm giving you... I don't do content. People go, oh, content creation. I don't do content, bruv. I'm not in here for content. I'm here for the truth. If you want content, go and watch Talk Sport. Go and watch Sky Sports. Go and watch other little numpties on YouTube, bruv, that are with Finalysis and all prancing about doing recordings and comedy sketches and acting and all that. That's content, yeah? This ain't content, bruv. It's just real life. Real life. They always try to suppress the truth. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know? Respect to everyone that supports the channel. You know what I mean? So, we have to move. That's where we are, Ultras, yeah? And it's very deep-rooted. Very deep-rooted. So, win, lose, draw, BlueCo out is the only message that needs to be said. Really, yeah? That's what I stand on. I stand on business, yeah? I ain't accepting this mediocrity, yeah? Now, I'm sure all the content creators are doing their transfer rumour videos and, you know, they want to have their little 10 pence on a protest and it's great, you know, dig on it all you want, you know what I'm saying? The underlining main message should be this is unacceptable for our football club because there is clearly no direction. There is no ambition to win. It's only ambition to mask the truth to enable them to make money on our football club. And anyone who speaks out will be silenced. Anyone who goes against their yes man model will be exiled. Any player will be exiled. And like Cole Palmer saying that he wants, you know, he's not happy and he wants to leave. You know what I'm saying? He's had enough. Well, you know, it goes for a lot of players. that are feeling it right now, who are not buying into this. They're not buying into the project. Can't accept it no more. They put the PR when Egbali started following Secret Source, Secret Scout, when he said Chelsea internally are a mess, which we are. We're a bloody mess, yeah? Got followed by Siri Merchant, and Egbali's blocked me, but he's following some little melt, yeah? Who's trying to be an ITK with his sources. Gave all the PR script that the club and the owners want to build around Esteval. But they value Palmer, but they want to build, they think he's got the highest ceiling. No, because they know Cole Palmer's done with their project once out, so they want to feed a narrative to ease the blow, to try and manipulate the supporters into accepting Cole Palmer leaving. If Cole Palmer leaves, we're done out here, mate. We're absolutely done out here. Which leads me on to Jamie Carragher tonight on Monday Night Sport, speaking like he's Johnny Minerals. They need experience. The class of 92 had Roy Keanes, Cantona, Schmeichels, experienced ballers. They bleed through the young ones through the team. They do great things, and then that experience transfers onto the younger ones that have had the experience over a couple of years. We don't have that blueprint at Chelsea. A youth team doesn't win major honours. Pep Guardiola's told you, you don't win anything with kids. Jose Mourinho had the average age of 25 years old, the youngest average age, when we won the title and that. They were men, bruv. They were men on that pitch. Not like what we got now. They look like they haven't even passed puberty, mate. So I'm good for what I'm telling you. It's up to you whether you digest it and drink it in. The idea that you're going to get a whole team of young talents and they'll grow over 3-4 years, football doesn't work like that. United didn't win with kids. They had older players around them that got them through. Chelsea won the Champions League in 2021. Who was centre-back? Silva. He was 37. We also had Rudiger. They wouldn't even bring Thiago Silva back on a free. Played a full 90 minutes and kept a clean sheet against Jose Mourinho's team. Class is permanent, bruv. Yeah. Experience is priceless. So valuable. They don't care about that. All they care about is resale value, amortization of contracts, transfer fees, AI scouting, AI data. Epstein FC project is at the helm at Chelsea. Yeah. It's a disgrace, bruv. Eduard Mendy, clear of every goalkeeper out of the 10 goalkeepers they got, has won now 2 AFCONs, bruv, since he left Chelsea. He's even taken a piss doing the Cole Palmer celebration at the end of the game, bruv. Matitz Rosner on Passion. He says, yeah, we've got the Lego to come and I'll be doing a lot of clapping too and laughs. So he's trying to take the piss after this geezer goes and shakes every journalist's hand. What an embarrassment, bruv. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are, Ultras, yeah? That's exactly where we are. Sad as it is. There is an idea to send Paez to an English club to get used to the English football. He won't remain at Chelsea if recalled. Next week, we could know more on Paez. Paez, we were told, is the wonder kid that he's going to come into our football club and he's going to land it like Esteval Willian, where he can't even get a sniff. What's happening there, bruv? He's just part of the development and sell for a pound note. model, all right? He's vaping like Baby Lurch, vaping like a little general nowadays, going to strip clubs with Uncle Casado and all sorts, yeah? Buonanotte, we loaned from the Seagull merchants. They make a statement saying we wanted him to get more minutes to develop, so we've sent him where he can get more experience at Leeds. I don't even have to say any more than that. That speaks for itself about where we are at Chelsea. And now they're talking about we maybe need another number 10 who can also play winger. How many more are we going to bring in? We're stockpiling a stock market of players, human commodities, to sell for £1 note. We're not building at Chelsea. They're building with Lego, bruv. We're in Lego land. Fuck it. Siri Merchant with his Birkin bag should take the whole lot of them with his little yes man Matitz Rosner, with his C caps and his gloves off, all right, and go to Lego land. And get all the brand envelopes to go with them as well. And stay there. Yeah? Stay in Lego land. That's where you lot belong. You don't belong at Chelsea Football Club. Facts. Yeah? So that's where we are, Ultras, yeah? So I keep saying it. Bournemouth plan to resist any bids for Chelsea target Marcos Senesi, who's what, 27, 28, 29? How old is he, bruv? How old is he? But there's people taking a piss going, they're looking at a 20-year-old. Why are they looking at a 20-year-old? They need experience. Bruv, if there's no resale value in it, or they can't get him on a free, they're not going to do it. Tosin, they're going to make £1 note on because they got him on a free. There you go. That's the deal. That's the market. If it doesn't tick those boxes, they ain't coming to Chelsea. It's not they're coming to Chelsea because they're going to help us win and dominate and win trophies, and we've got the ambition. No, it's can they make us £1 notes? And a lot of them. That's if they come. That's what determines whether they come to Chelsea or not. Have a day off. Yeah. Get in the bin. Big up the Chelsea Empire. Says Minerals Bomber to everyone in this chat. Big up to all the ultras in here. In the trenches, day one. BlueCo out. Facts. Facts. So, salute to every single one of you Minerals FC ultras. Make sure this gets out, bruv. Yeah? Push it out. Clip it, snip it, but we need to snip and cut out the cancer out of our football club, which is BlueCo. Yeah? And out of football for that matter. So make sure you swipe the hype button, smash that, smash a like, put your comments down below. Be very careful what you listen to out there. All right? A lot of flip-flop merchantry happening. A lot of people that are claiming to speak the truth, but yet they're happy at the Club World Cup and buying merchandise and promoting and this and that. You know, be very careful who you listen to, and telltale signs are what platforms they go on or what they have been on. Will let you know whether they're genuine or whether they're sellouts, and now they're on the fashionable narrative because they know it's called out. Well, on here, no one can do that because we say it from day one, bruv. Let's have it right. Big up to every single one of you. Comments down below. Salute to every single ultra, bruv. All the Chelsea. Let's make a change, bruv. We need to make change at Chelsea, and we need to get BlueCo out because nothing is going to change if they're at the still owning the Chelsea Football Club. Let's have it right. So I'll see you all tomorrow, and definitely Wednesday night and after the game as well. Everyone's doing. Listen, another thing before we go, right? It's no coincidence when the timing of when they bought Matitz Rosner in is because of the fixture list. We're playing Paphos, a Cypriot team, who got David Luiz playing in his 40s probably, yeah? All right? I'd still take him now at Chelsea, yeah? But easy fixtures, bruv. Easy fixtures. So have it right. Big up to every single one of you. Up to Chelsea, up to Minerals FC. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. No surrender, bruv. And salute to our Don Roman Abramovich. Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich!
Roman Abramovich.